Sashi Puki Jukshin Meto Tron Rira Blingshin Yende Genpa Di Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Jokun Namdak Shingla Trupar Sho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Sangye Chudang Soki Choknam La Jongchu Bardu Dakni Kyabsu Chi Daki Chenyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Penshir Sangye Drupar Sho Sangye Chudang Soki Choknam La Jongchu Bardu Dakni Kyabsu Chi Daki Chenyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Panchir Sangye Drupar Sho Sangye Chudang Soki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsu Chi Daki Chenyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Panchir Sangye Drupar Sho.
Yay. Okay, everyone. Let's do the quiz. There's a question in the Q&A. Oh, I see. Alejandra.
Sí, discúlpenme, vengo llegando.
No hay problema. ¿Vas a grabar el clase?
Sí,
Okay.
por favor, en este que mando solicitud.
Ok. Gracias.
Gracias.
Ok, de nada. Oh, right. Where was I? This thing. Here we go.
Todavía no queda.
Oh, sí. Un momentito. ¿Cuál sigue pro? Hay dos.
El que está solicitando, please. El que no estoy hablando, en el que no estoy hablando.
Sí, claro. Ok. ¿Ahorita está bien?
No, creo que no. No. Ah, ya. Listo.
Está bien, ¿no?
Listo, gracias.
Ok. A ti, a ti. Ok. Quiz 5. Ok. Buen suerte. Adiós. Is everyone done? Berta, terminaste? Kelly McGee? Finished? Okay. Okay, Hero, I'm putting you in now. Okay, Hero, you should be in. Okay. What are we doing? Why are we here? Is this almost over? Here we go. Okay, so we are on class 6. Oh my God, you know what that means? Only 1 week left. I've actually been talking about what am I going to do with my life after this. I don't know yet. I started this 10 years ago. I don't know. It's going to be awesome, though, to work around this whole plague thing, but it should be okay. 4, 5. All right, class 6. So, are there any questions about class 5 or something else that's not class 5? No. You just want this to end quickly as well? Fine. So be it. I was working on Dharma Trivial Pursuit. It's the opposite of a Trivial Pursuit now, right? What should we call it? Serious Pursuit? The Pursuit of Enlightenment. All right, we'll just call it that. Anyway, I was. So now we're on the second part of our review of course 13, which is all about lógico, logic. Since Aldo isn't here, I can ask you guys questions without him answering all of them. Who wrote the book we're studying? Who wrote the book? What's it called and what are his dates?
Master Dignaba?
This is a book. What?
Kirti.
Yes, Master Dick Naga was his teacher.
Okay.
What's the name of the book?
Commentary on the valid perception.
Yeah, commentary on valid perception. Is that any valid perception?
No, that's actually referring to another book called Valid Perception.
By?
Is that by Master Dignaba?
Yes. Say Dick
Naga.
Naga.
Oh, Naga. Dick Naga.
Yeah, Dick means direction. It comes in the English as the word index or dictator or dictation or I think direction. Anyway, digit too comes from that. Anyway, Naga means elephant in this case. Yes. It's the elephants that hold up the corners of the world. Something like that. Choklong in Tibetan. Anyway, you don't care about that. That's what it means. And yeah, good. That's the book we're studying. But we're not actually studying that book. We're studying versions of that book called Dura, made by Tibetan authors, because that book is too hard. So they make little like primers, we say in English or something like that, which have all the collected topics. Du is collected, and ra means like, yeah, fenced in, like specific subjects or modules. I don't know, something like that. It's like a workbook. That's why you're supposed to learn all these debates, because you have to work. Okay. Question 1, give the definition of a negative thing. First of all, anybody, why would we care about negative things? Not negative as in like how I felt about myself today, not like that. Like negative as in they don't exist, or they exist.
Emptiness is a negative thing.
So what? Who cares about that?
Well, that's our way out.
Our way out of what?
Our way out of suffering and death.
Really? How does knowing about something that doesn't exist positively get us out of death? That doesn't make sense.
Well, knowing that things don't exist self-existently can help us to understand that everything that we've seen, every thought that we've had forever and ever, like almost every thought hasn't been correct.
Almost.
Well, every so often we get these like moments of like, fractions of a second where like we remember like intellectually, and then when we see emptiness directly, like we actually experience it directly. So yeah, so almost every thought we've ever had, except for these like little tiny kernels of like maybe like, experiencing it the way it really is, that it's coming from us. And since it's coming from us, the suffering's coming from us. And since it's coming from us, there are, we can cause it to not be suffering.
Good enough. Yes. And it's not almost every thought, it's every thought until you see emptiness directly. There is mistaken on the level of how it exists, how we believe it exists. As far as our innate how we innately see things, not the learned version of our ignorance, the innate one, right? The learned one can learn that pen is empty, but you still, even when the teacher is describing the pen thing to you, still see the thing, still think of the thing self-existently, even if you're intellectually understanding that it's not self-existent. You must meditate. Okay, give the 2 kinds of negative things an example of each. Okay, there's 2 kinds of negative things, right? There's just stuff that doesn't exist, and there's stuff that is negative in the sense of not being something else. Okay, I don't know if you ever hear me say Mayingak, but I say it all the time when I'm joking around. Watch, this is a Mayingak. Wow, Leah's a good student. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it implies that other people aren't good students.
That's a Mayingak. It points to an absence. Something else, okay? We use it as a joke all the time, but It just means things that are negative in the sense of not being something, right? If she's a good student, other students are not good students, right? It's an implication. And then the megak, which just means, may just means doesn't exist, the opposite of you. Oh no. Singapore students asking me hard questions. Why? 1 second. An example of the first is the fact that the sound is changing, implying that it's not unchanging, right? If I say, I'll debate myself, take sound. You can hear it. Take sound. It's not permanent because you can hear it. Take sound. It's not. Take sound. It is changing because you can hear it. So saying that is a maingak. What is that a maingak? Yeah. Yeah, what's it implying?
That you can't hear other things.
That things you can't hear
Aren't changing.
aren't changing, right? Okay, something like that. That's probably wrong on some level, but the aforementioned Friday night. Okay, number 3. Was that your number? Did you guys get that? Magoks don't exist. Like namka is the absence of an object that blocks another object from being there. And then emptiness is the absence of a self-existent nature of something that would block your projection from being able to project upon something, right? Okay, here's the yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Mayangoks, Magoks, they help with emptiness. Number 3, name and give one example each of the 2 types of relationships. This is good to know. There's 2 types of relationships, ones that relate due to identity and one that relate due to cause and effect. Okay? So a relationship where one thing is automatic, where to be one thing is automatically to be another. An example would be Chevys and cars, or else a water pitcher and the exclusion of all that is not a water pitcher. That's sutras. That's second school. We talked about it last time when we talked about dunchis. Anyway, basically, if something fits into any category, it must be related in this way, right?
Estoy en clase, pero dime, déjame poner. Pues te escribí, estoy en el curso 18 con Word. Bueno, ándale pues, ahí nos vemos. Oye, mañana...
Why can't I see her? Okay, I got it. She turned her video off, but not her audio. Okay, cool. And then relationship where one thing came from another. An example would be a working thing in the moment after it and the original working thing, right? It just means one thing leads to the next thing. A sprout, a seed to a sprout. Okay.
The first one was called identity, and then the second one was called what?
I say cause and effect, but it's literally comes from. Here it is. When that comes, this gi is basically from. the relationship of coming from that in Tibetan. Dechungi Chalwa, as opposed to the relationship of to be it is to be automatically be in that group, to be one of the group, something like that. So there's a Tibetan. Tibetan is a very simple language. It's amazing how much they can jam into very simple terms. It was the language of nomads and sheep herders. And somehow it's become this amazing Dharma language. That's karma for you. Okay. Name the 2 types of correct reasons used to prove the absence of something. A, correct reasons for the absence of something involving a thing which is imperceptible to the particular opponent, and everything I just said, but is perceptible. Why is this important?
Because there's so many things we don't perceive.
Yeah, how many of those things? There's about 2 of them that matter.
Well, we don't perceive karma.
Yep, maybe 3 then. But yeah, karma. Go ahead. What's the other 2?
Karma and emptiness.
Yep. What's the last one?
Where things really come from.
That's karma.
So we're not perceiving.
Not being able to perceive the fact that your boyfriend's a Buddha. Maybe that's the most important one. Okay. Or girlfriend or your dog or whatever you got going on over there. Whoever you are. Okay, so the absence of something involving a thing which is imperceptible to a particular opponent. Why did they say to the particular opponent?
Talking about debate.
Yeah, okay. What about debate?
Well, this class is about debate, about how we can debate each other and about how we can debate ourselves in meditation and I guess on and off the cushion.
Yeah, but why do they have to put to the particular opponent? Because what is imperceptible to one opponent isn't necessarily imperceptible to another opponent, right? That's why the Buddha said, only I or someone like me should ever judge another. No one else should ever judge another person or they should surely fall, right? Because you don't know what's going on in people's minds. You don't know what's perceptible to one person or as opposed to another necessarily, right?
Right.
You really don't. I mean, I definitely don't. I've met some beings, some people, not tantric deities or anything. I'm not claiming such a thing. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't break a bodhisattva vow. What bodhisattva vow is that?
One of your core refuge vows, right? Like lying about spiritual attainments.
Yeah, that's one of those. But what bodhisattva vow is it? What number?
I don't know.
It's 15. We just took that quiz.
I know. I I've opted to not remember the numbers of the vows.
What?
I've thought it for up until now, like the content is where I've focused.
That is the content. Vow 1. I'm about to break vow 1, so I'm not going to say anything else. Okay. That was a joke. Okay, that's it. Okay, 5. What is the ultimate application of such a reason? Oh, I was just talking about this. To prove to ourselves that just because we may not perceive a particular good quality in another person does not prove that they lack this good quality. It's a good reminder for me. Okay, that's it. I mean, there's some other applications too, right? Like the direct perception of, well, yeah, directly perceiving. Well, no. Because you don't really know who around you is a Buddha, right? I mean, they're around. Or they could be around. If you stop judging people, they'll probably come around. Okay, name the 3 general types of incorrect logical statements for particular proofs and give an example of each. This is important because you do it all day. Contradictory reasons for a particular proof. Consider sound. It is not a changing thing because it's a made thing. What's wrong with that proof?
It's incorrect because a changing thing is a made thing.
Yeah, that just means, right. So how would you change it? What would make it correct?
Considered sound, it's a changing thing because it is not made. I mean, because it's made.
Yes, perfect. Done. Indefinite reasons for a particular proof. Consider sound, it's something you can hear because it's a changing thing. Oh no. Well, I did the opposite. Consider sound, it's a changing thing because it's something you can hear. My way works, this way doesn't. As the assertion, it doesn't work, but as the reason, it should. Yeah. Is there any example that shouldn't? No. Anything you could perceive has to be a changing thing, right? That's why an unchanging being couldn't have made the universe, right? Okay, we can debate about it. Why is this one wrong? Consider sound, it is something you can hear because it's a changing thing.
Because you can't hear all changing things.
Yeah, don't all changing things vibrate? Don't they all have frequencies?
Yeah,
So you can hear them?
I guess if you have like super hearing.
Superman can hear them. Okay, yeah, exactly.
If this you means me, then I can't hear them.
Okay, perfect. Good job, Kelly McGee. That's right. Inaccurate reasons for a particular proof. Consider sound, it's a changing thing because it's sound. I'll give anyone $20 if they can tell me how this could be correct. How would you make this a correct reason? Because right now, is it correct? First of all, why couldn't it be correct? Because you can't repeat the subject and the object. The subject, you can't repeat the thing you're trying to prove in the reason, right? That's called a tautology. If I remember right, from sophomore year logic class. I got a C, by the way. I was really lazy. How could you make it correct? Come on, $20, 19, 18. I should be going up. Maybe that will inspire you. 21, 22, 23, 24. Come on. Watch this. Consider sound is a changing thing because it's sound. That's valid in debate. Watch. Consider Aldo. He knows the answer because it's Aldo. You get it? You're like, oh, of course, Aldo knows all the answers, so therefore he should know this one, right? You understand?
Because it's like by definition.
No, when you change the tone, yeah, it's kind of is, but when you change the tone of what you're saying, you can repeat it because it indicates something else going on underlying that you should know.
Okay.
Right? Consider word. Today he's moody. Cause it's word. Everyone's like, oh yeah, duh, of course he's moody.
It
Right?
makes it sound like it's more than it's sort of like a universal truth.
It's a known thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know. Consider winter. It's cold. Cause it's winter. You understand? I could do this all day. You understand? Okay.
Did that say there's 7 different ways something's inaccurate?
There is 7, but they're not all on this one. This is example 1 of the 7. We had all of them in course 13. We had a whole list, remember?
Yeah, I have it here.
We're not going to do that right now. Class is done. I'm going to eat something.
I think that Bertha asked for a meditation.
Oh my God, no! Damn it, I forgot. Okay, fine. It's probably going to get you all enlightened, so I'll do it. Okay, Tracy Wong had a question too. Tracy Wong.
Yes, teacher.
同学好.
老师好。
Okay, Tracy Wong had a question. She says, 老师可不可以问什么意思? That's actually a good translation from me. She says, teacher, can I ask you what is the meaning for emptiness of object is negative, meaning of object is positive from Holy Geshe Michael. You heard this in Abhidharma class, Tracy Wong?
Oh, sorry, teacher. I typed one word is wrongly.
What's that?
I typed a wrong word here. Meaning of emptiness is positive, not meaning of object. Sorry, teacher. I typed wrong.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I think, I don't know exactly the context, so I can't say for sure, but I think, yeah, the emptiness of any given object is negative, right? It's a negative thing. It's what it's not. Ying Hui doesn't understand, so I have to repeat it again. Nah, Bertha, I'm teaching the meditation, I promised. Thanks for giving me an out, though. I appreciate that. Probably help me. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I'll try again. When I say emptiness, literally it means not, right? 空性. 空性 means something's not there, right? Like if I say 有没有空, it means do you have time, right? Do you have time to hang out? Yeah, do you have space? Are you available? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Correct.
Like do you have Do you want to go on a vacation? Do you have time? 你想不想旅行？不可以。没有空。I don't have availability. 对吧？
对
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so same thing in English or Tibetan. Tibetan, it's tong. Literally, tong means available. Like if you want to know if there's a room for rent, you say, Kangmik tong. Yinbei, is there a room available? Like vacancy, like empty. So by definition, it means something not there. Right?
嗯
If you have kong, that means you don't have something to do. Correct?
correct
Right. So the thing, it's an absence of a thing to do, right?
yes
Right. And what is it? Kong can also mean space, right? How do you say?
空间
Kongtian, that means like the air, or
space
space, right?
yes
Yeah, because it's the absence of the earth, the absence of dirt, right? The absence of, it seems so open, right?
so you mean this is the meaning of the negative
Yes,
oh okay
it's
thank
negative.
you
Emptiness is a negative thing, right?
correct
Okay, but if you define it, it's a positive thing. The definition of emptiness is the lack of a self-existent nature to things. That's a positive thing. If you say something out loud, that's positive. Do you understand?
Teacher, one more time. Can you repeat?
Yeah, everything that exists is called a positive entity. My hand is a positive entity. My head is a positive entity, right?
Oh, yes.
So if I say something, that has to be positive. If I say a definition, that's positive. It's a positive thing.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay, can.
So all definitions are positive things. You got it now?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, that's your answer. That's it.
I'm just thinking about your email. Isn't your email the positive word?
Yeah, you know why?
Because it's not, because it's a label. It's not referring to your emptiness.
No. By the way, do not mention where it's at because this is on YouTube. I don't want that many messages.
Okay.
Okay, please don't say that. The old one was called, my old email from college was called -8. But people are like, what, negative? Why is it negative? I'm like, no, the number -8. Like, I got so annoyed at just people saying, why are you negative? I'm like, no, not. It's an old joke. It's just, I was like, forget it. I'm changing it. I changed it to positive word. And predictably, people are like, oh, the positive. Oh, that's so cool. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Go away. Like, so annoying to me. Okay, so I changed it to positive word because people. All right. Anyway, not that I'm a positive person or anything. That's not true. Okay. You ready to meditate?
Wait. I have one more question about the ABCs. I mean, of the last question.
ABCs, what?
The 3 different reasons for
Oh, A, B, and C. Oh, okay, what?
again, the reason that we're trying to understand like how things aren't accurate is is so that we can debate people and debate ourselves. Is that right? And stop suffering? Is that why?
For question 6?
Yeah.
We want to be logical so we can figure out emptiness.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
great.
that's the whole thing. But if you don't know how to be logical, then you can't figure out emptiness. You can't figure out anything, by the way. And we all know someone like this in our world. I mean,
Okay, so it's the whole intention is so that we can be logical, because that's the whole intention. Okay.
yeah, so you can think straight. Logical is like a bad word nowadays. People are like, I want to be logical. I want to be, I feel my feelings. My feelings. Okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with feelings. I feel them all day. They're annoying. They happen. Deal with them. Like, be real. It's all good. Feelings are fine, except they're not. But but if you want to be able to figure out anything in your life at all, like how to drive a car, how to find a job, how to help people, how to help yourself, how to move from point A to point B, those all involve thinking clearly, right? If I said, leave your apartment, you wouldn't try to go through the floor. You would go through the door, because that's where you leave the apartment. If someone was at the door who was trying to hurt you, you'd go out the window, right? Those are your options. That's logical. What are the options? Door or window? What are you going to do? Door. Why? Because it's the door. Okay? See, that's one of those things.
Okay, like what to pick up, what to put down. Like that in the thousands of decisions we make every day, a lot of which we don't even know we're making.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why people poo-poo logic, because they don't know they're using logic all day.
But we're using incorrect logic all day.
On a certain level, yeah. But when you're hungry, you don't try to shove eggs in your eyeball. Put it in your mouth. Right? I mean, I do. You understand? Because people know that's where it's going to stop this from being hungry, right? So, but people don't have to think about that. It's when they have to think about new things that logic becomes bad. And that is called lazy. Sorry. If they appear as I see them, maybe they're all Buddhas showing me how lazy I am. At least it is empty and coming from my bad karma of being lazy in the past, which I have plenty of. Okay, now we are going to meditate. So now I have to learn what I'm meditating about, which is what?
It's
No. Don't tell me what the meditation object is. What is learning what you're meditating about? If you don't know what you're meditating about, you have encountered the first problem in meditating. Well, actually the second problem. Someone has to give you a meditation object first. You have to get one. You have to figure one out. That's how you start meditating. Some people ask me sometimes, they're like, well, what should I? They're like, I've been meditating. I'm like, what on? They're like, I'm like, you're meditating? You've been sitting there. Feisty tonight. Okay. Is this Chicha Job? Okay. Be mindful of this meditation. I don't know why Geshe-la's messing with us. You can only do this at Chuchok. So if you fail at this meditation, it's just because you're not almost an Arya, okay? Not because you're a bad meditator. But I think maybe the action of trying is good karma to be able to do it. So that's why the Holy Lama gave this to us. So, Bertha, this is all your fault. I'm mad at you. It's Friday night. I should be eating pizza. Wait, is the pizza place still open? Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, no pizza. Fine. Okay, so sit up straight. Put your legs in a cross position as best you can. If you're sitting in a chair, then just keep them down, no problem. Relax your hips. Put your hands like this on your lap or like this on your knees, okay? Or something else that feels right. And relax your shoulders, straighten your spine. Tuck your chin in slightly, lengthen your neck. Relax your face, including your mouth, spot between your eyebrows, eyelids, forehead. Breathe naturally through your nose. I will set the timer. We're going to meditate for 15 minutes. Okay. Here we go. Meditation on Tunchi. The mental images that create our very existence. Begin by breathing through your nose. Noticing the movement of air through your nose. And bring your awareness to your mind. The place where the thoughts and images are happening. Notice what is happening in your mind. As thoughts and images occur, notice how they are perfect thoughts and images. They are complete thoughts and images. And notice where they come from. somewhere in the back of your head, there are images being produced. Even the thoughts are images. How can you recognize anything? How can you understand the meaning of your own thoughts? How did you learn a language without ever having enough context or information to learn the meaning of a word? Focus on the images in your mind. Try to catch the image as it creates your world. Focus on the image. Notice your mind and see where it comes from. Begin to take deep breaths. 3 deep breaths ending on the inhale. We'll dedicate after questions. Any questions? Happy now, Bertha? Oh, she says thank you. She said that before I asked her my sarcastic question. De nada, Berta. No questions? You're all arias anyway. You're like, this guy with his meditations. Okay. I'm going to end class before someone else makes a request. Amazing class. Happy Friday. United States, we say TGIF. It's pretty much meaningless since the pandemic, but whatever. I mean, for me at least. Anyway, so I will see everybody on Monday, which is the last week of all the ACI courses for me. So I'm super happy. I still don't know what I'm going to do with my life afterwards, but I'm still happy about it. All right. Kalimigi, ready to do this thing?
Yep. Sangye Chudang Soki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsu Chi Taki Chanyan Gipe Sunam Ki Drokun. Sorry. Did it start on the wrong one?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I checked for a second and then I just kept going. Sorry, I'll start over. Sorry.
That's okay. Notice you're doing the wrong one.
I thought it was off and then I looked and it seemed right and then I just kept going. Sorry. Redo. Thank
you.
Sashi Puki Jukshi Meitog Tram Rira Blingshi Myende Gempadi Sange Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Drokun Namdak Shingla Chupar Shok Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Gewa Di Keukun Sunam Yeshe Tok Tok Shing Sunam Yeshe Lejungwe Dampa Kunyi Topar Sho.
Oh my God. This is amazing. It's happening. So next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll have classes 7, 8, and 9 respectively. And then on Saturday, we'll have class 10 at mediodía, Guadalajara time, noon. And how do you say that in Chinese again? 中午. Is that noon?
Yeah.
Yay, I remembered. Okay. And then anyway, it's not going to be noon anywhere where people speak Chinese, but it will be in Guadalajara. And then 1 o'clock New York time. And same thing the next Sunday, which is Valentine's Day. So if you have nothing better to do, if you have no date, you can come to class and we can all be each other's dates and we'll have the final review. So there's officially 5 more classes after today. Please come to ones you can make it to, do your homework, do your meditations, do your quizzes, do the final, finish the course. And if you've taken this with someone who already finished the course, you can get credit for it. If not, you have to wait till I teach it again, which I have no idea when that's going to be. Okay. I actually have some idea, but I don't know for sure. Okay. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
Go
everyone.
rejoice. Do something fun. Happy Friday.
What a great
Thank
class.
you.
Thank you, Ward. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for Leah. Lie to me in all the best ways. Okay, Leah? I'm joking. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Hero.
拜拜，谢谢老师。